Will Levis. Will the Tennessee Titans draft him? Is he a good fit? What do I think? And we're going to talk about that right here on the Titan Upload Network. And I'm Titans for life. Welcome to the channel, the Titan Upload Network, and today I'm going to be discussing Will Levis. I broke down all of his film. I went through 2 full years of Will Levis, 2021 and 2022. I went through each and every throw he made for each one of those seasons, good, bad, ugly throws. And we're going to talk about what I think about it, what I saw in those things. For me, really, when I'm looking at Will Levis, I'm looking at some very, very questionable reads. He had questionable reads in every game that he played, and the only ones that he didn't have questionable reasons were games that he didn't play in. So one of the worst performances he had in 2022 was against Tennessee and Vandy and Miami of Ohio. Those were some pretty bad decisions he made there. He had interceptions in Ole Miss, Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Florida, Georgia, Miami of Ohio, Youngstown State, and Mississippi State. He did not have interceptions in a few games throughout the season, but we're going to talk about some of the things that he did well and some of the things he doesn't do well. One is when he's on platform and on time, he can get the ball to where it needs to go. He's got a nice strong arm, and I'm sure all of you have heard that he's got this big huge arm and that he does well in those types of situations, and he does. When it comes to what I think about him is that, he has a lot, his reads and his ball placement, either his ball placement is at times is piss poor, or his receivers are not running the proper route or not playing the proper technique. But when you start looking at what the defender is doing, what kind of leverage the defender has, it leads you to really believe that Will Levis's accuracy, to me, is very questionable at best. His reads are not where I would put an NFL quarterback, and he has a lot of interceptions. His touchdown to interception ratio is not very good. In 2022, Levis he threw interceptions regardless of the down and distance. They were just kind of sprinkled throughout. There's a lot of inconsistency. And in fact, one of the things that I would say about him is that he's the only thing consistent in his game is his inconsistency in the game. In 2021, he had a lot of picks that were first down and 6+ yards. He had 8 of them. That's a lot. That's a lot of interceptions. And I think, and they made some corrections during 2022 where he did not have a whole lot. He didn't have any interceptions, which shows some improvement in that area. But he continues to throw interceptions at inopportune times. In 2021, he had 13 interceptions, and in 2022 he had 10 interceptions. But his touchdowns, he had 21. In 2021, he had 24 touchdowns. 2022, he had 19 touchdowns. So in 2021, he threw 24 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. In 2022, he threw 19 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. In his 2 years as a starter, he had 23 interceptions to 43 touchdowns. That is a horrible touchdown to interception ratio for any quarterback, regardless of whether they're playing in high school, college, or the pros. That would be an unacceptable touchdown to interception ratio. So I think that tells me a lot of things. about him and his poor decision making in my estimation. And if you want to see kind of the epitome of what I'm talking about when I say he has poor he has poor reads and poor throws, inopportune times. I think the one that epitomizes a lot of the things that I saw and kind of puts them all in one play, if you want to go see it, is go search for the Miami of Ohio game this year. And in the second quarter, with 12 minutes, 41 seconds left in the half, the ball it's fourth and 2, and the ball's on the 4-yard line. They're literally heading straight down. They're right there at the goal line. It's not 4th and goal. It's not a goal. It's not an end goal situation. They can get 2 yards. They can get a first down. The ball is snapped a little low. He bobbles it a little bit, gets the ball, contains the ball, and makes a throw that, in my estimation, is probably one of the worst throws I've ever seen a quarterback in that kind of situation throw. The corner is inside leverage on the receiver. The receiver runs a play that is kind of out, where his job is to go up the field a little bit, 2 to 3 yards, and then take it out. And the receiver goes a little deeper than I would have liked to have seen, especially with the fourth and within this type of situation where it's 4th and 2 and you can get a first down and you've got plenty of time in the half. The receiver runs a little deeper, but I think that's just the play design, is that he runs a 4-yard out. He goes up and out at 4 yards, and Will Levis throws the ball behind the receiver. Now, if the corner is playing outside leverage or playing over the top, that would be a decent throw. But because the corner is playing out inside leverage, any ball to the inside is going to go right to the corner, or give the corner the ability to knock it down. And because it's 4th down, it would be a turnover on downs. But placing the ball on the outside, more toward the sideline, the receiver would have the ability to kind of box out the corner. Will Levis doesn't throw the ball to the outside. He throws it inside, literally hits the corner in the numbers. The corner it literally hits him smack dab in the numbers. Absolute horrible play. Absolute terrible play by Will. It was a bad throw. So that kind of epitomizes some of the things that happens. When something goes off script on the play, something happens on the play, it goes off script, Will Levis has a tendency to throw that interception. Now, when we go back to some more analysis that I've done against top 25 talent, Will Levis is quite possibly just horrible. He's extremely bad. In 2022, he had 5 touchdowns and 6 interceptions against top 25 talent, against teams that were ranked in the top 25. In 2021, he had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, which is not much better. So he regressed when it comes to the top 25 in 2022 than he did in 2021. But a lot of people are making the excuse, well, he didn't have very good receivers. He was the best player on the team, and all that. But still, you don't put the ball in harm's way as much, especially when you're playing a team that has a lot of talent. So to me, I think that says to me that with 9 touchdowns and 8 interceptions against top 25 talent, that he is not ready for the NFL. He's just not going to be there. He would be a project for me, maybe sit him for 2-3 years. And in my estimation, he's not a first-round draft pick. And the only reason why I think everybody's saying he's a first-round draft pick, is because he's got that huge arm. When you look at his touchdowns by downs, and in his 2 years, on first down, he has 8 interceptions. On second down, he has 4 interceptions. On third down, he has 6 interceptions. And on fourth down, he has 5 interceptions. So his interceptions, it doesn't matter where what the down is. It doesn't matter whatever the down is. He's prone to throw an interception. He sprinkles them throughout throughout whatever down and distance it is. So when I look at Will Levis, I think it would be kind of a disaster to draft him. You look at his performance overall, I find his accuracy and ball placement to be exceedingly questionable. At his performance against top 25 talent is bad. With the interceptions touchdown ratio there, you see that it's not very good. So against top tier talent, he isn't very good. He just isn't. And in the NFL, he's going to face top tier talent every single day, every single game, every single time he's going to face top tier talent. If things get off script, I don't know if he has the ability to recover. So even when he's playing, not top 25 talent, even some talent that just not what top tier talent, like SEC talent would be, like the Miami of Ohio game. He throws interceptions. So to me, that's a questionable skill set there. You would hope to see him just blow up things in those games where he's not facing top 25 talent. Of course, you are going to have those grudge games and those games that are like that. But whenever you look at Kentucky facing a team like Youngstown State and Miami of Ohio, you would expect them to kind of Will Levis to have those games, those types of games that are just where his stat line is just ridiculous, but yet he still throws interceptions. He was erratic no matter the down and distance. No matter the down, he's erratic. He throws interceptions, and he throws a multitude of interceptions on every down. The only place he improved in 2022 over 2021 was on first downs. And he had 8 interceptions in 2021 on first down and none in 2022. But he increased all of his interceptions in every other category in second down, third down, and fourth down in 2022. So when he often makes bad throws when something goes wrong, something else goes wrong. It bobbles the ball. The snap is not exactly right here, right in front of him. If it's off to the side or off to the left a little bit, off to the right a little bit, or a little lower than he likes, then he tends to make bad throws. Well, in the NFL, you're gonna have to deal with that kind of stuff. You can't throw interceptions just because of a bad snap. So to me, I think it would be a nightmare drafting Will Levis anywhere above, say, anywhere before the second round. I don't know if he's going to pan out in the NFL. I have a feeling that he's not going to play very well in the NFL because all the things that he doesn't do well are required to be done well and consistently in the NFL. Big arms, everybody falls in love with a big arm. Oh, he's got this great big arm. Well, a big arm does you no good. It just makes it a longer interception when you throw the ball downfield and it's picked off. So to me, I hope, the Titans really don't draft him. He could get into the right situation in a few years from now, be a great quarterback. But, I can't sugarcoat it. I have to keep it real. And that's what happens when you keep it real. You tell it like it is. Will Levis, I'm not a fan. Good luck to you. But I hope the Titans don't draft you. And that's keeping it real.